Welcome back, everybody. Please click on Follow Presenter, and let's take a look at the next lesson, which is using parameters to make your custom transformer more flexible. I'll grab the lesson link there. So with this particular custom transformer, when we created the custom transformer, there was a parameter that was already being used, that was configured. In the custom transformer itself, if I go to the area calculator here, these weren't grabbing any existing attributes. So we just had the type of area calculator, we had the type of multiplier, and we had the output attribute name. These weren't using any attributes from the existing features, or at least nothing selected from the features. So these, when we created it, were not published automatically. Publishing the attributes automatically is an option when we were creating the custom transformer. It was at the very bottom of the dialog. We could have also had it ignore them, and then we would have to publish those parameters, create those user parameters ourselves after the fact. So these parameters are not currently exposed. In the expression evaluator, the result, was it the result? No, it was this bit there. Let me just go back out here. Main. So the total population is total population. So this was handling the creation of that user parameter automatically. We can do this manually as well. And that we can either go up here and manage our user parameters and add one. For custom transformers like this, I find it's usually easier just to go directly to that parameter and create a user parameter from it. This way, the user parameter actually is the type of parameter that we want. This is a little bit different than creating the user parameters for the purpose of allowing an end user to provide a parameter when the workspace is deployed to like FME Flow. In those situations, you're often trying to shield the end user from the internals of FME. So a choice attribute would likely be the right one. In this situation, this custom transformer is only really going to be configured inside of FME Workbench. So using the types of parameters which are actually used by the transformer is probably the better idea. So I can create a user parameter here. And back in main, when I go to the custom transformer here, I can see that I have my parameter. Now, that being said, even though this is inside of Workbench, you should still name your parameters so that they make sense. For the end user here, who's making use of the density evaluator, total population 2001, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I would want to change that value, which you'll be doing in the next exercise. But I'll just quickly demonstrate it here. So with these user parameters, I can manage my user parameters, and the identifier, that's what it's called internally. For editing and maintenance purposes, you may want to change something like this to something that'll make sense to whoever has to maintain this workspace in the future. For the prompt, this would be, say, population. Attribute. So now when I am looking at this, I can choose the appropriate attribute. Now, quite often with transformers or in the transformation that you have here, let's say, for example, I dropped in a statistics calculator. The statistics calculator, I'm just going to grab an attribute here. The statistics calculator can end up creating quite a few attributes. Actually, by default, it used to create all of these. Now I actually have to select each one, so this isn't the best example at this point. So if it's creating a bunch of attributes, or if in your transformation itself, you're creating a bunch of attributes which are used inside of the custom transformer, but unnecessary outside of it, by default, the custom transformer will be adding all of those attributes. And back in main here, if I expand this, I can see all of those attributes. Some of these only make sense for them to exist inside of the custom transformer. So we can limit what attributes come out of this custom transformer. So if I double click here, custom transformer attributes, these are the attributes coming out. And I can change that so that's just the attributes that come out. So like just density. So now back in main, I don't think I did that quite right. Oh, I did the reverse of everything. Unselect everything. I just want density result. And there we go. Now, you'll notice that the attributes that were coming into the transformer are still there, because naturally we still want what's here to go through the transformer. So this isn't an attribute remover option on that output port. It's just from the attributes which are created within this custom transformer, which attributes will actually come out of it. Okay, so that is use parameters to make flexible custom transformers. So please review the lesson. It's the top of the hour, so we'll take a short break as well. So we'll continue at 11:20. Good luck, everybody.